An emotional president unveils his plan to reform the country's gun laws by taking executive action. He says these actions are not intended to take away guns or undermine the Second Amendment, but to cut down on gun violence across the country.
At the center of the president's plan, pushing more gun sellers to get licenses and more buyers to get background checks. President Obama is also dedicating 200 new federal agents to help enforce gun laws and increase mental health spending and screening to prevent future tragedies.
Our unalienable right to life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness, those rights were stripped from college kids in Blacksburg and Santa Barbara and from high schoolers at Columbine and from first graders in Newtown.
New tonight at 11, we take a closer look at guns and the impact of gun violence here in our area. Figures show Roanoke was among the top 5 cities in the Commonwealth for firearms traced and recovered through the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives.
These numbers include firearms related to homicides, drugs, and to other crimes. Richmond topped the list with over 1,100 guns traced. Virginia Beach was second with 572, followed by Newport News, Norfolk, and then Roanoke with 302 guns recovered. We know guns can be a problem when in the wrong hands, but that's not always the case. Tonight, WSLS 10's Bree Jackson talked with people about the president's plan. So, Bree, many are split on the gun control debate, but both sides did agree on one thing.
That's right, Lindsay. Today I talked with families and went to neighborhoods affected by the problem. And we asked them about the president's plan to strengthen gun laws and if they believe that move will help. People I spoke with agree more laws won't stop the wrong people from getting guns.
It started being enough when the guns started killing our kids.
Makisha Lipford has had enough with gun violence. Her 1-year-old granddaughter, Araya, was shot and killed 5 months ago. Now, this memorial with pictures, mementos, and Christmas presents she never got to open are reminders of a life taken by gunfire.
My granddaughter passed away. To see how she went is a very hurtful feeling.
Lipford says the weapon used by the shooter, Warner Hunter, was registered in his name. She believes the president's plan for more background checks would not have helped in this situation, but it may prevent future crimes. Still, the grieving grandmother says more needs to be done.
Just because you can't go inside a store and buy a gun, it's people looking for money every day that will go inside a store and buy guns for people that don't need them. So the problem is getting them out of the wrong hands.
And this seemingly quiet neighborhood in Roanoke City was also the scene of gun violence. Back in October of 2015, there was a murder-suicide involving neighbors. Today, I spoke with residents, and they believe that the president's plan to have tougher restrictions on guns is not going to help. In fact, they tell me that people, not weapons, are the problem, and they feel safer having legal protection.
If somebody wants one bad enough, they're going to get it, whether it's legally or illegally.
One woman I spoke with witnessed a deadly act of gun violence. She did not want to be identified, but says she believes education, not just legislation, is needed to reduce gun violence. Like others, she believes it's important to emphasize proper gun use and allow the right people to protect themselves and keep guns out of the wrong hands.
It's not the gun's fault. You know, I'm for guns. We own guns. We have guns, and, you know, you just gotta respectfully know how to use them.
She loved pictures. She loved pictures.
While the executive order won't bring Araya back, Lipford and others hope changes in background checks and other laws prevent future acts of gun violence.
It's a hurtful feeling to lose someone, especially someone you know that's not coming back.
Now, we heard a lot of reaction about the president's plan to reduce gun violence, and we asked you, our viewers, to respond. And here's what people are saying. Mike says no law or ordinance will ever completely stop the senseless acts of violence we have seen recently. And then he went on to say, I carry a gun every day, everywhere. I would use that weapon to defend myself, my family, my neighbors, and my fellow citizens if I have to. Now, Sela wrote on Facebook, the root of the problem is not guns, but the unstable person who acquires them to do harm to others. Mental illness is what should be the focus, not guns. Now, a lot of people have something to say about this gun debate, and there's still time to weigh in. You can go to our WSLS 10 Facebook page and leave a comment.